Hey there people, and welcome to my video showcasing the challenge mode versions of the EX stages from the Maria Nearl event. This covers the challenge modes of stages 1 through 7, EX1 through EX7. Unfortunately, I was not able to do challenge mode 8, so that would not be shown here, unfortunately. But I managed to do the first 7, which is better than I expected to do, so I'll take what I can get. So this first stage here pretty much is done the same way as the normal stage. The challenge mode condition is that these guys have more health, or wasn't more defense. Either way, they're more tankier, so as usual I have Sawyer there in the center to kind of hold the enemies at bay, while all my guard and vanguard units take care of them. And of course I have Chen there to help with damage. So the main difference and outcome you'll see is that those crossbow guys will actually be able to circle around the stage more. But thankfully, they actually do a little bit of walking around before making a beeline for the exit, so I was able to take care of them before they could do that. Oh yeah, I do apologize. When I'm doing challenge mode stages, for those of you who don't know, sanity, you are at risk of losing sanity, because if you fail an attempt, you lose more sanity when doing a challenge mode than you would if it was just a normal stage. So you might see me go to ×1 speed at certain intervals, just to make sure I don't fail the stage. Yeah, so as you can see here, these guys are slowly circling around, but there's no problem for me. And with that, that's EX1 challenge mode completed. So next up is 2. Right, now on to stage 2. So the challenge mode condition for this stage is that those ice crystals that released freezing cold, which can slow down your units, do so more frequently, which in normal circumstances would be a problem, except just like with the normal EX stage version, I have the units set up that we don't have to worry about that. So again, I'll have like a guard or defender unit to stop the enemies, and I'll have a bunch of casters and snipers to help deal with the enemies from range. This is especially useful since they always converge down the middle. So units with AoE like Shoryuki here can really help. And of course killing those drones there, giving my units faster ASPD, I think it's what it's called, like actions per second or something. You know, they attack quicker. Yeah, so you see here, pretty much a walk in the park at this point. You eventually have to put Shining there to keep my units healed on the bottom left. And Sawyer there will hold the right side. And also keep Shoryuki and Chen healed. And at this point, it's just a waiting game. Half the stage in the bag. Well, Amaya's skill, well, talent combined with the speed up from the drone, it's really fast. Anyway, that's EX2 challenge mode completed. So now on to number 3. Alright, so EX3 challenge mode condition is that enemies have increased movement speed, which did pose a little bit of a problem for me at first, but through trial and error, I was able to figure it out. I believe my setup is the same as last time as well. So I will have Cutter and Saya at the bottom, along with Erin to hold the ground. And I'll eventually have Chen and Amaya, but mainly Chen to help with damage. And of course I have Platinum and Shoryuki to deal with the... Shoot, what are they called again? The recon guys? Oh, Urgate? That's a weird name. But yeah, to deal with those guys. And of course I have to have those electric, like, power nodes set up to help with that as well. Yeah, so here I'm getting my setup ready. Yeah, the increased movement speed doesn't really impact the left side that much. Oh, I guess it kind of does because the enemies converge much quicker. And it's because those guys have increased defensive resistance. Those guys with crossbows, they can eventually like overwhelm my units and break through them. But thankfully, I was able to get through. Probably could have been more efficient with this, but no, it is what it is. Yeah, see, at this point, there were way too many enemies for my units to block, but yeah, I just barely got out of it. So, that's stage 3 challenge mode. So, now on to stage 4. Alright, so stage 4. So, EX4 challenge mode condition is these night enemies. Now the Blood Boil Nightclub elites have increased. And I already forgot, I think it was health or defense. Basically they're more tankier, which does pose a problem because they do a lot of damage. And ideally we like to kill them before they get a chance to attack. So setup here, I believe is just the same as the normal stage. So I will have like Shoryuki, Amaya, and Chen serve as our ranged units. And then of course I have Koutset and Monster set up to act as more so defense, but offense as well. Just to make sure the enemies don't push through. Oh yeah, and we have those station things we can put down, which helps restore skill points to our units, so they can activate their skills more frequently. I don't remember if Cutter survives here, I think she dies here. Oh, no, she survives. But I do eventually replace her with Monster. You know, once my EP is built up enough. Yeah, I don't think there was any reason to have Sawyer here. Because I don't think Monster dies here. And Sawyer is just meant to heal. But I could probably get away with another ranged unit. Maybe. But it's no problem. My team here takes butt. So we're good. So that's stage 4? Yep. So now on to stage 5. Alright. And welcome to stage 5. Stage 5. The X5 challenge mode condition is that 2 of the gramophones here are already in enemy control. Which definitely made this more challenging for me. I think I spent like half an hour here trying to figure this out. But I did eventually figure it out. No, that was lame. Yeah, so what I try to do here is I try to take control of the garrisons that aren't already in enemy control. Just so I can already have some garrisons. Like gramophones, sorry. Already here to help me out, because not only do they attack, they can also heal. At least I think they can heal, right? Yeah, so I like the extra firepower to get that extra firepower as soon as possible. Again, you're gonna see a lot of slowing down here, because I was very careful here, didn't want to mess up. So with 2 gramophones under my control, they will help out with the damage output, especially with those 2 big shield guys there. Since I can't get to them right now, the gramophones can take care of them. Oh yeah, and I think this is the stage that gives us access to these mines, which deal a lot of damage to enemies that walk on them and make them vulnerable to extra damage from your units for a short amount of time, which definitely did help near the end. So as you see here, I'm trying to get control of the other gramophones as fast as possible. Because I need them to help me with the tougher enemies that come by, like this guy right here that's approaching. So now all 4 gramophones under my control. So now this becomes not easy, but more manageable. Of course, not having enemy gramophones attack you is a nice thing. I can see here these guys are tanking a lot of my hits. Oh yeah, I don't know what that drone is carrying on the right side, holding that yellow box. Wait, actually, I think we'll find out here. Oh yeah, they're carrying the mines, yeah. Oh no, that's not a mine. It looks like a claymore, but it's not a claymore. It stuns enemies in a cross radius, yeah, like that. Which I definitely had to use here. With all of these enemies grouping up. And like that. And now it's just DPS, DPS, DPS. Eventually pull off a victory. So that's stage 5. 2 more to go. Alright, and welcome to stage 6. The X6 challenge mode condition is that enemies have increased movement speed, which, like before, not that big of a deal. So this is the bomb maze stage, where we have the ability to place down blocks in order to manipulate the paths the enemies take. So you'll definitely see me do that here. And also we get access to a bunch of mines, which we can use for us to weaken the enemy, make things more manageable. This one did take me a few tries, mainly because I had to get a proper setup going with my units. Like who to place where and how many units I should have covering one side over the other. Of course, with these blocks, you can't completely block off the blue exit. You always have to have one open, so I arrange these in such a way in order to have the enemies converge or group up. Right, so my setup here is pretty much good to go. Though as the stage nears its end, I do substitute in some units, depending on which side needs more help. Yeah, so you see I kept Texas around to help with crowd control. One of the few times I did that actually. But anyway, that's stage 6. So next will be the last EX challenge mode stage I did, 7. Alright, so stage 7. And this stage kept me occupied for a while. So stage 7, the EX7 challenge mode condition, is that the raptors have increased range. Which is actually a big deal because, as you'll see here in the beginning of this match, I get my hands on a disruptor. I think that's what it's called, sorry, terminology is weak. Which would stun any drones that come within range. Well, not completely stun them, but it disrupts them. So it slows them down and prevents them from attacking. Which is very good when dealing with disruptors because not only do they do good damage, they also have a lot of health. Which means I need all the help I can get to take them down. However, because of the increased range they get from challenge mode, they can actually do damage to the disruptors before they get disrupted. Only one time, but it's enough to deal too much significant damage. The disruptors only need to be hit twice to be destroyed. and I only get access to 2 of them, so I have to be careful here. But what I found out here, actually thanks to a viewer, because I was streaming this at the time, was that if I put the disruptor right there, as close to where the spawn point is for the raptors, they will immediately be stunned upon spawning, which means they won't get the chance to attack. But yeah, and also for this strong guy here at the top left-hand guy, I have Chen attack him as soon as possible to bring his health down. Of course, he has 2 phases. So you see here, his phase 1 is done, now phase 2, just to make life easier for the right side. Now unfortunately, he does attack the disruptor, but I have a backup, so I wait here a second before he moves past, and then I place it, which immediately disrupts those 2 raptors there. Mouse and Haze on the left side just barely managed to hold on, but they do a good job of dealing with those enemies, along with Shining to help. Of course, I eventually had to substitute in Amaya here on the right side to not let the raptors get too much ground. And here I just barely pull off a W. Well, not the operator W, but like a win. Just barely though, but I managed to do it. So that's gonna be it for the EX challenge mode stages of the Maria Nearl event. Sorry, I don't have access to... I have not been able to do challenge mode 8, so this is all I can show. So thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like and comment if you like videos like this. I do like to upload videos of the gacha games I play, mainly Arknights and Alchemy Stars. And I'll be sure to do more of these in the future. So, of course, like, comment, subscribe, let me know that people like this stuff. And I'll definitely be motivated more to upload them. So, until next time, have a good day and goodbye.